Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another bang on the biggest and best. We are on the YouTube channel of Wall Street Police. I see he released a video recently and it is titled Exposing the 5 Biggest Scammers in the Trading Industry. This seems to be really interesting. I still gotta compile a list of my own, but while his one is there, let's take a look at his one and let's see who he identifies as the top 5.
While 2024 was a good year, it was also an eye-opener for many traders as we exposed several so-called gurus engaging in scamming activities. These exposures saved countless newbies from falling victim to fraud. We received an outpouring of appreciation from traders who narrowly avoided being scammed thanks to our efforts. Some individuals who had already been victimized came forward with additional evidence to help us uncover and expose these fraudsters further. As part of our mission to clean up the industry and bring transparency, we are committed to continuing this fight. We will keep creating awareness so everyone can see the truth about what is really happening in the trading world. In this series, we will be highlighting the 5 biggest liars and scammers in the trading industry. We'll dive into some of the blatant lies they've told in the past and how they manipulated and deceived unsuspecting newbies into paying for mentorship programs that yield.
Like all of these four, I could expect them. But I'm really interested to see what's going to be said about Raja Banks. Really.
No value. This list isn't in any particular order, but by the end of the series, we'll reveal who takes the crown as the worst offender and explain why. Now, let's begin.
Would you like to learn how to trade from a proven and qualified ex-city trader who can show you his...
The first lie on our list comes from Alex, the scam and forget mentor. We caught him red-handed during his infamous 100 to 1 million challenge, where he claimed to have turned $100 into $1 million. However, during the challenge, he accidentally shared a screen that revealed the truth. He had withdrawn the balance, and there was no trading history to back up his claims. Let's take a moment to watch some clips of this incident. Afterward, we'll expose his latest scheme for this year because, as I've said before, we will always stay one step ahead of him. Withdrawal history, it's clear that Alex made a mistake while trying to deceive everyone by claiming he had broker issues, which led him to transfer all the money from his trading account to a new broker. If you look closely, I bet you'll notice what he missed. It's right here, in plain sight. He forgot to switch from month-to-day format. This small detail proves that the account he was showing wasn't the one he was actually trading. Before this withdrawal, Alex had taken more than 4 trades, yet none of them appear in the history. Only the withdrawal does. This suggests that he transferred the money from one of his accounts to another because he lost the account he was actively trading on. Otherwise, how else do you explain this? Make it make sense. This error is still visible on his Telegram channel. After being exposed, Alex attempted to defend himself. However, as always, we stayed one step ahead, digging deeper to uncover even more of his deceptive practices. Let's dive into how his defense crumbled under further scrutiny.
And then the next one is, why does a withdrawal show 1 month and no trades? Now, this is the one where I actually don't have the fucking answer to. I would love to have the answer to it, but I don't know why. And I think I know what went wrong. So let me show you an example. So let's come here now to the MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5, right? So whenever you log into MetaTrader, you can see how this bottom right thing right here is loading. Probably what I did is I had the history tab on the month of the day on MetaTrader 4, and when I opened the app, it was loading and it was refreshing. And I just happened to screenshot it at that very moment, and it popped up with the month, and then it went back to the day.
I just wanted to add this. Now that is a bullshit excuse to me because I know that, and I know some of you guys know this as well, that when you sign up with brokers, you give your email address. And that email address contains the trades that were taken for the day and the losses and profits that were made for that day. So him saying he don't have any access to that information, that is plain lies. The only reason why he doesn't have access to it is because there is no trade history. Because I know if I had an account that's deleted, I could go into my emails to go and find my track record. But that is what he won't show because there aren't any trading history.
And it popped up with the month, and then it went back to the day.
And it popped up with the month, then went back to the day. This means it was set to day. But since it was still loading, it recorded the history for the day while in the month format. Well, let's do some exposing. I didn't bring this up in my last video because I knew exactly how you'd react, and I also knew you wouldn't figure this out. These two screenshots were not taken by the same person or even on the same device. They were captured by someone who manages his Telegram channel, and that person clearly doesn't know how to keep certain things hidden. First, the times on the two screenshots are different. Second, whenever Alex posts on his Instagram about MT4,
And that also, that time difference thing also exposes Alex on his lie, because he said it was set today, while it was loading it went to month, and then it quickly went to day again. Now, if that was the case, then these two timestamps would not be so far apart. Like, literally. This was the first one that went out, the one with the month stamp, right? So, if it happened the way he said it did, then this would have been 11:14. I'm even gonna give him a grace 1 minute and say 11:15. But why is it 11:48? Almost a whole 30 minutes later, 35 minutes later to be exact now. Because in that 35 minutes, they realized their mistake, and Alex had to fix it by uploading this one.
accounts, he usually hides transaction numbers and other details that could help track the account, just like here. But in the Telegram post, those details were left visible, showing that Alex didn't post this. A novice, who hasn't mastered the game, did. Another clue is the phone's status in the screenshots. One shows the phone is in silent mode, while the other does not. Also, the battery levels are significantly different. One phone is almost fully charged, while the other is around 60%, which is odd given that only about 35 minutes separates the two screenshots. If you look closely at the text, you'll notice that one is bold while the other is thin, indicating they're from different devices. So what really happened is this. The new guy opened MT4, had it set to the month format, and took a screenshot around 11:13 without hiding the ID number. Alex, on the other hand, took screenshots from the same account at a different time. Since he's an experienced liar, he switched to the day format and hid the ID number. What he didn't realize was that he'd already been exposed in the Telegram post. Now, he wants you to believe that he took both screenshots and that it was just a loading issue. After failing to provide his trade history and blaming the broker for supposedly losing its license, Alex moved on to yet another lie. This time, he began posting trades that were already in profit, without ever sharing when he entered or when he planned to exit. I actually made a video exposing this tactic, using my private community as an example. In that video, I demonstrated how proper signals are called by providing clear entry points, exit strategies, and take profit levels.
Start with a 50% deposit bonus. Increase your investment.
We also uncovered how Alex manipulated his MT5 account by using an unregulated broker, one he owns. This explains why he refused to disclose the broker he was using during the challenge. Let's take a closer look at this part now. I did some research to see if it was possible for a trader to delete any trade history, and of course, it's impossible, unless the trader owns the MT4 or MT5 white label server, which gives full access to the back end of the platform. In other words, the trader would have to be their own broker and control the back end. On September 4th, 2023, I reached out to MetaQuotes, the company behind MetaTrader, to find out if someone could become their own broker and control the platform's back end. They scheduled a meeting where we discussed everything about the platform, especially the pricing, which they really focused on. After that, I received an email that outlined everything I needed to set up and gain full access to MT5. Here's where it gets interesting. By paying MetaQuotes a $2,000 monthly fee, you gain access to a range of back-end features, including something called the history server. This is where the magic, or rather the deception, happens. There are a lot of things you can do with these back-end plugins. For example, you can make a demo account appear as a real account on the MT4 or MT5 platform. Let me show you a clip of someone using the back-end plugins to make a deposit into their account.
And I've also made myself another one called Adam.
If you guys remember well, I made a video on this exact video a year or two ago on this back office thing, and people still weren't taking me serious. Look how far this industry is right now. You guys must believe a person when a person is telling you all these things, because it's not out of hate. I could have easily done this as well and make the same amount of money that these cats are making. But the thing is this, where is ethics gonna step in? Where is moral values gonna step in? Where is transparency gonna step in? And I mean, that is what newbies rely on in this industry. Not so?
Ficks, alright, which is sitting in there, and that's got 46 grand in it. But you can also see the history. Let's just do that last 3 days. And if we go into the phone, which I'll just... Right, okay, so here you go. You can see this account is live. I don't want to expose what broker it is we're using, but you can see it's real. Because we don't want, and I can kind of put any trades in, you'll see what's gone on today. Give myself some more money first. Just keep it quick. So this, just while I'm doing this, there's hundreds of these servers. They're all over the place. All of these guys just either rent them, they're brokers that are fronting, that are false brokers. There's literally hundreds of these. So let's make a deposit. We'll go in here.
Do you guys see why I don't trust DJ Coach?
Let's put $1 million in the account. So let's go full Astro. 1, 2, 3. We just give this a code. So D for deposit. Put this code in here. OK. ZHZC. Wash. There we go. There's a mill. So let's just check this down on here. See if that mill's right. So take that up here. There we go. So where's that deposit? So let's have a quick look here. Balance has now got the $1 million in it. And let's just have a quick look there. Oh yeah, the original deposit of this was $500,000, I think. But you can see here I've just put an extra $1 million, right? Just to...
So, you see how these so-called gurus showcasing fake deposits and withdrawals just to...
Now I see where Raja comes in. Raja had his own broker once upon a time. Isn't it called Dominion Markets? Or something to that degree. But now I see where Raja comes in. Yay!
to convince you that they're profitable. The second thing you can do with a MetaTrader white label is use the history server to fake results and make it seem like you're a profitable trader. Here's how it works. You can literally go to any price point on the chart, where price has already played out, and place a trade with a specific lot size. Your trade will instantly show as being in profit. The profit is calculated based on the price point you choose and the current price, making it appear as if you had taken the trade back when the price was at that point. Now, let's look at a clear example of how this guy supposedly made over $600,000 in a second, and how it reflected in his trade history.
Keep it going. Right, so let's now do that trade. So we'll go back here, Adam FX. Here's the trade. And we'll go here, and I can now go, right, 1,000 lots. So what was the high in cable today? 123.60. Okay, so let's just move that to 123.60. And we'll sell there, done, push. Right, so I've already made 662 grand on this already, because it's gone up. Let's just see if that's see if that's represented on the phone.
I see here's a Johannesburg and a Sandton. Hey, South Africans, you guys are part of it.
It's really annoying for some strange reason that when it does this, it catches. Let's do it again. Right, okay, sorry about this. But you can see, if we go here, open positions, there's that cable position there with the 651K.
So, you just choose a price point, place a trade, and it will instantly show as being in profit. This is exactly what most of your so-called gurus, who claim to be making millions from the market, actually do. They lie by using unregulated brokers they have back-end access to, deceiving unsuspecting traders. So, the big question is, why would Alex go through so much trouble and effort to stage such a challenge?
Because this is the thing, and I've said it before. Once he comes out of the challenge unscathed, he made the $1 million out of the $100. That would kind of now show to his viewers, listen, I'm a profitable trader, I'm a good trader, not knowing that this is what he does on the back end. and then he is able to sell his courses and services much faster. He can then add a premium price on it as well, because check, you guys have seen him do this live. Meanwhile, if we recall back, you haven't seen him taking a trade live. You haven't seen him open a trade, put that take profit and stop loss in front of you in real time live. You've just seen recordings of it.
The answer is simple. He wanted to position himself as the most profitable trader, knowing it would attract people willing to pay for his mentorship. And mentorship fees are where the real money is made, not from trading. Now let's watch the final part of the clip before we dive deeper into something new.
30-day boot camp, 30-day boot camp, 30-day boot camp, 60-day boot camp, boot camp, boot camp, boot camp, 60-day boot camp.
Guys, this was also really funny to me. You just came out of taking $100 to $1 million, right, in a short amount of time, and then you turn around to go waste your time on a boot camp. Why aren't you taking that time, taking that $1 million that you just made, and turning that sum into $1 billion? Instead, you are turning around for people's $3,500, which is how much he charged for his boot camp. So, isn't that also a little bit funny to you guys? Isn't that a little bit, because coming from $100 all the way to $1 million, that shows that you do have the skill. That shows that you do know how to apply the skill. So how are you now turning around to go give classes instead of taking that 1 million to a higher figure? It don't make sense to me.
Boot camp, boot camp, and boot camp. Now with a 30-day boot camp, we 30-day boot camp, a 30-day boot camp, and the 30-day boot camp. If you join the 30-day boot camp, 60-day boot camp, the 30-day boot camp, 30.
In this, he was also like promoting gambling shit, Roobet, and if you Google Roobet, you will see that Roobet also went through a whole lot of shit.
And the 30-day boot camp. If you join the 30-day boot camp, 60-day boot camp, the 30-day boot camp, 30-day boot camp, 30-day boot camp, 30-day boot camp.
Now you can understand the real reason behind his enormous stress. It's not from trading, but from getting you to pay for the boot camp. Yes, you heard that right. The boot camp fees are his main source of income, not trading. The whole essence of the lies and faking trading history was to lure people into paying for his boot camp, which many unfortunately did. Now, many of them are filled with regret. In one of my previous videos, I shared footage of the conflicts within his community, showing how people expressed their frustration and regret for having paid for the boot camp. More recently, he was caught once again faking results, and it's truly disheartening. But of course, by now, we understand his motives and what he's planning to do this year. Now, let me show you the part where he edited his trading history.
Accounts or growing small accounts is not going to make you profit. Our favorite fake guru FXLXG gets caught again, and this time it's photoshopping. So he's been caught many times, but this one is really bad, and it's been posted by the CEO of a futures pro firm and a forex pro firm. So let's get into it, and this time it's really bad, guys. So FXLXG faked again his trades, and here we can clearly see that he put in a sell, and it was
We did a video on this as well.
167.91, and he sold at 168.30. So here you can see that he's in a sell, but the price actually went up and he's in profit. So that just doesn't make any logical sense. So this is clearly photoshopped. It can't be anything else. He posted it in his stories shortly after when people, pointed this out. He deleted that screenshot, and this was actually posted by Matt Leach, who's the owner of My Funded Futures and My Funded FX. And this post absolutely went viral, 213K views, and everybody kind of saw that FXLXG is a fake again. And Matt Leach has this to say: for those who believed FXLXG turned 100 into a million, he posted this profit screenshot. That is not possible. It's all fake, all edited. His Instagram is now gone, as he likely realized the mistake in his post. So his Instagram is back up again, but it was down for a bit, and he definitely deleted that post, as I don't know how you can still believe this guy. He's not even good at faking. You can create a MetaTrader server and fake it pretty easily, but he has to stoop to these kinds of levels where he had to use photos Photoshop and he posts this and he makes these mistakes constantly, guys. If you remember that first video that Wall Street Police posted, forgot to switch from daily to monthly, and you could only see one trade on that whole period while he was doing the challenge. So we spotted there that it was fake. There was some things with his crypto wallet from the withdrawal, the 1 million withdrawal. You could see that there was multiple withdrawals done on that account, so that 1 million wasn't the only withdrawal there. And there's some other smaller details that he missed as well during this challenge, and this is just another one, and it's all just to sell you that course, guys. And always in the comments there's people questioning things. There's always people saying like, you don't know what you're talking about, his strategy works, this and that. Well, why does he need to fake then? Why does he need to fake so much to get those course sales in? I don't know if this guy actually knows how to trade. I don't know if he actually puts in the trades and does all these things, because it's examples like this where you can clearly see he's just trying to market, he's trying to show that he's very profitable.
This is a clear example of a scammer parading himself as a profitable trader, constantly looking for people to deceive in order to take their money. And now, he's up to something new. This time, his goal is to buy a private jet. And of course, he needs your money to do so, as always. He recently claimed to have deposited $3 million into a trading account, which he allegedly flipped to $8 million, planning to use $5 million from that to purchase the jet.
Very special day. The day has officially come where I am buying my first jet. Wait around on time.
But here's what's really going to happen. He'll make a fake deposit into a demo account using an unregulated broker, then manipulate the results just like he did during the $1 million challenge. In the process, he'll entice you to sign up for either mentorship or a boot camp, as always. Once he collects your money, he'll use it to pay for the jet, just as he did for the house he recently purchased after lying about completing the challenge. His primary targets are always newbies, those who don't know much about trading and are easily swayed by the luxurious cars and houses he flaunts. In reality, you're the one funding his lifestyle. So, 2025 is here, and once again, they will craft new strategies to deceive you, making you believe that this year will finally be your breakthrough. Just like the empty promises of last year, these tactics are designed to manipulate and exploit your trust. But always remember, a flawed system can never make you profitable, no matter how hard you work on it. Alex is a scammer. Plain and simple. That's the conclusion. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and don't fall victim to these schemes. See you in our next video.
So yeah, as you guys can see, this one is really going in on them. This is part 1 of the series, and FX Alex J has been torn apart. I don't know who's still gonna believe him after this, and trust me, there will be people, there is gonna be people who's gonna be falling for him. But I'm really excited to see what he has lined up in that second episode, man. Thank you so much for joining, guys. I will check you guys in the next one. Cheers.